Hello, my name is Lilian Okibe. Welcome to my channel. So the other day I was going through, I don't know what happened, but I stumbled somehow I searched for Lilian Okibe Temporary Locs here on YouTube, and I discovered that there are so many videos on it on YouTube. Like, definitely I have done several tutorials on the Lilian Okibe Temporary Locs. Like, apart from the videos that I have made, so many other people have recreated the style on their channel. So in today's video we are going to be rating their Lilian Okibe Temporary Locs skills. So if that sounds like something that you guys would like to see, then definitely keep on watching. So some of the videos that we are going to be seeing today, I have watched them, you know, but there are so many others that I like literally have no idea that they exist. And I'm super excited. Like, when I shared that tutorial with you guys, when I introduced the temporary locs to you guys, like, I had no idea that it was going to go this far. Like, I get DMs from people sending me pictures from like all over the world, showing me that they have tried out styles, and so many people love it. Like, it makes me so happy, because whenever I share videos with you guys and you guys like reach out to me to say that it helped you one way or the other, it makes me very excited. So let's see if we are going to find someone that did it better than me. So the first video we are going to be seeing is from CGG Network. She calls her title of the video, the title of her video is DIY Temporary Locs on Natural Hair, No Extensions. So this is like the top video here, so let's go ahead and watch it.
Thank you for staying connected once again, and welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Mercy and I am so
first off, I love her accent. Like, she sounds Kenyan. I don't know, like, I love Kenyan accent. She kind of sounds Kenyan, so yeah.
In today's video I'm going to show you how
I create these temporary locks on my natural 4C hair.
This hairstyle was initially inspired by one girl all the way from Nigeria, and her name is Lilian Okibe. I have seen many videos from people in Perth or in Australia, so basically this is your first video. So this is how my hair looks like after 6 weeks. I have been able to shampoo and condition my hair 2 times.
In those 6 weeks, finally I went swimming 2 days ago, and I shampooed again and conditioned. Because I do not intend to undo my entire hair, I am going to be retouching my roots.
It's like, this is 6 weeks later, and like her hair still looks like literally so good. I like her music.
The first step you have to do in order to achieve this hairstyle is make sure your hair is very well moisturized and detangled.
True.
Secondly, you can use a comb to make sections if you want neat sections, or you can just use your finger.
Yes.
After you have done your section, you will divide each section into 3.
As you would normally when doing a 3-strand braid or 3-strand twist.
Then you're going to
braid tightly from the root at least 1 inch, and after that you're going to loosely braid your ends. And the secret is to hold your hair very loosely and further down, as you can see me doing. So repeat the process one section after another, and when you're done you will be having your temporary locks.
What I noticed here is that, like, she actually got it. The trick is braiding tightly at the roots, and then you start to braid extremely loosely at the ends. The mistake I see so many people make is that they braid loose but not loose enough. But from what I can see from her video, like, she's braiding really loose and that is actually the trick to it. But somehow along the line, I think, like, she lost grip of her hair, and then it's always better when you just braid all through without like losing grip of your hair, because if you lose grip of your hair, then when you want to start to rebraid, like, you may have just that portion that is a little tighter than the rest, you know, and it's not going to end up being uniform. So yeah, but she actually got it. Let's see what she does to her ends. So yeah, she twirls the end around her finger. Yeah, she did an amazing job. But I think she should have made it a little bit looser. It should have made it a little bit looser, like it would have been more fluffy, and it would have looked a lot more like locks. But like, kudos to her. She did an awesome job, and I think because she lost grip of her hair, that's why it ended up not being as loose as how it was when she started. But like she did amazing. Let me see how it will be when she's done doing all her hair.
So look guys, I have been loving it. Let me know if you like it. If you try it, you can tag me on your social media, IG and Facebook. My username is @GiftedMercyRogers.
Like from what I can see, you can still kind of see the texture of the braid, and that's because she did not braid as loose, you know, but it's all right. It actually, after a few days, like the texture will go away because it's actually pretty loose, but not as loose as I normally would have made mine. But so far I love, like, I actually watched the entire of her video. I watched everything, and I think she did an amazing job. I'm going to rate her I'm going to rate her a 7/10, just because I feel like she could have made it a little bit looser and it would have looked a lot more like locks. Like now, if you come close, you can still see the texture of the braids, even like from day one. I usually recommend that by the time you're done braiding your hair, like when you're doing the temporary locks, your hair, it should be difficult on day one. It should not be so easy for you to see the texture of the braid. That's how to get the best result for your hair to look like locks instantly. So yeah. Now that we've done that, let's move on to the next video. So shout out to you, CGG Network. The next video here is from Naturally High. I've actually seen this video before. And I actually got so many subscribers from her tutorial, because like so many, like after she did her video, so many people started subscribe to my channel because of her video that she did of the temporary locks. So I'm very grateful for that. So if you're Naturally High, if you're watching this, shout out to you. If you guys are not subscribed to her channel, you can go ahead and subscribe. She has like really long, like really long fussy hair, and she gives very amazing fussy hair tips. So shout out to you, Naturally High. So I've actually seen this video before, but we are going to watch it again together, just so that we'll see and rate how well she did. Let's go ahead and watch her ad.
You're new, right? Just moved in across the street. What's your mom last?
A Nigerian YouTuber and Instagrammer by the name of Lilian Okibe has created, hands down, one of the most innovative styles for natural hair. Seriously, it's right up there with faux locks and crochet braids. And that style is temporary locks. Hello and welcome to Naturally High, the channel that helps you grow your 4A, 4B and especially 4C hair to longer lengths.
So from what I can see, she started on stretched hair. I've done the temporary locks on stretched hair, like kind of stretched hair before. I'm going to leave the video up in the iCards, and I've also done it on like shrunken hair. From my experience, I feel like you're going to get better results. Like your hair is going to look more like locks if you do it on not so stretched hair, like shrunken hair. The more shrinkage you have, like the more it's going to look like locks. But you don't want your hair to be shrunken and defined. Like you don't want to do it on like a wash and go where your hair is like you have really defined coils, you know. But when it's shrunken, like the texture of the braids kind of meshes into each other, and it kind of like hides the texture a little bit more when you do it on kind of shrunken hair as opposed to doing it on stretched hair. So yeah, she did it on stretched hair, so you guys know that it's going to kind of affect how lock like it will look, you know, on the first day. But over time, because your hair will eventually shrink as you wear your hair out, as you moisturize and things like that, it will eventually shrink. But like on day one, if you do it on stretched hair, it's not going to look as much as locks as opposed to doing it on like shrunken hair.
For this tutorial, I deliberately avoided speeding up the plaiting step because I wanted to display as authentically as possible what the process looks like for me.
Loosely down the length.
So from what I can see her braiding her hair is pretty long. It's very long, and my hair is like nowhere as long as her hair, and like I've never done anyone's hair that is as long as hers. So I wouldn't know if this is how I would do it if I'm working with like really long hair. But from what I can see, like the way she's braiding, she's braiding pretty loose, but as she wraps it, she kind of like shifts the hair upward, so it kind of like tightens the hair. I don't know if that makes sense. Like she's braiding pretty loose, but I feel like she could have made it a little looser, because with this now I feel like as she's braiding, she's kind of like pushing the hair up, and so you're going to be having that like tight portion, then a little bit, then there will be loose strands, then a little tight portion, then loose strands. I don't know if that makes sense. So at the end of the day, I feel like because of the way she's braiding, it's not going to have that seamless, even looseness of the temporary locks, like of the lock, you know, when she's done. But let's just keep on watching.
And then you can plait it at the end, or you can do a twist. I like to do a twist. I find it easier.
So when she gets to the end, she twists her hair. I usually recommend that you twirl the hair around your finger, just because it's easier. Like when you twist, then the twist pattern will remain at the end. Like it's not going to be seamless, but when you twirl the hair around your finger, you can't really tell where the twirl started and where the braid started or where the twirl ended. I don't know if that makes sense. But when you twist it, like twist pattern is actually very difficult to hide. Like it's not as easy to hide as like when you twirl around your finger. I also recommend that when you twirl it around your finger, the end of the hair, you use something like really heavy and thick. I usually recommend you using shea butter, because I feel like that just helps to seal in the hair in that twirl, and it keeps it in place intactly. Like it keeps it in place you know. But she twists her hair, so of course the twist pattern is going to show at the end, and it's not going to be as seamless as real locks.
And after over a week of detangling my in-between twists and installing, this is what my hair looks like.
So you guys can see, like it's actually pretty nice. Like it looks really nice and it looks really like locks. Now that I'm looking at the end results, I feel like it's because of the length of her hair. That's why she cannot like really pull as much, because like her hair is so long that you can't really have that taut pulling when you're braiding. So she has to, I don't know, I feel like it's because of the length of her hair, but her end result looks really good. Like you can hardly, she's so close to the camera and you can hardly see the texture of the braid. So she did an amazing job. Nice, but I can't really see the end because her hair is pretty long.
I didn't start?
And so, but I think she did an amazing job. So we're going to give her a 9 over 10. She did awesome. Like when I saw, like I said, this is not the first time I'm watching this video. When I saw her tutorial, I was like, wow, like it looks so nice. And she actually styled her hair. If you're not following her on Instagram, I highly recommend that you follow her on Instagram. Like she shared so many pictures on her Instagram of her styling her hair. She has worn the temporary locks so many times, and I feel like she gets better as she does. Like this is kind of like the first tutorial that she showed. I actually saw her hair later on when she did the temporary locks over and over again, and I feel like she got really good with it. Like there was one picture I saw of her hair, if I can find it I'll put it on the screen, where she did temporary locks and her hair like literally looked like locks like permanent, really long luscious locks, you know. So but I feel like if she had made it a little bit looser, it would have been more swollen, and it would have been like the locks would have been kind of bigger and more voluminous. But like she did awesome. So with that, we come to the end of the video. We have to stop here because if I do more, this video is going to be very long. If you guys like this video and you guys want me to rate more of other, like there are so many other videos here on YouTube, like there are so many other videos. I cannot rate everything. I just rated the ones that are like top on the list as I scroll down. So if you guys want to see more of this kind of video, then definitely tell me down below that you want to see more, and I'll probably make another video where I review so many some other videos, some other tutorials on Lilian Okibe Temporary Locs, and probably help you figure out what it is that you're doing wrong, why your locks don't look as how I normally do it. Like you have some people that do the temporary locks and their hair really looks like locks, and then you have some people that do the temporary locks and their hair kind of looks like braids, regular braids, you know. The difference is in the technique, and I feel like by doing videos like this, it can help you figure out what it is that you're actually doing wrong and kind of help you master it, you know. I feel like if you have kinky curly hair, like you can pull off it doesn't matter whether you have 4A, 4B, 4C hair, you can actually pull off the Lilian Okibe Temporary Locs and have your hair looking like locks instantly. And if you want to start your locks with that method, you can actually still do that, just like I did. My locks are almost 3 months old now, and like they literally look like locks. I move up and down, people are calling me Rasta, people are calling me Dada, and I'm just 3 months in. Like, I never had that point. Like, for many people that start their locks with 2-strand twists, you have that phase where you move from wearing 2-strand twists, nobody's saying anything, your hair looks like 2-strand twists, to that phase where people are confused. They're like, your hair is old, why don't you do something to it? Like, your 2-strand twist is already old, redo it. You know, that phase of people not knowing what it is that you're trying to do, not understanding that you're trying to lock your hair. With this method, you have that, you literally skip that phase. You're not going to have any form of people not knowing. Like, from the day one, when people see your hair, they know that yes, this person has locks. You know, so you're going to skip that phase of people not knowing what it is that you're doing. So if you want to start your locks with this method, you definitely can, just like I did. So with that, we come to the end of this video. I feel like I've been talking for too long. We come to the end of this video. If you guys enjoyed it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if this is your first time on my channel and you like to see my beautiful face and you like to hear my beautiful voice and you like to see more videos from me, you like to see how my locks progress, you like to see videos like this, then definitely subscribe. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a new video, you get a notification. Thank you so much for watching. See you guys in my next video.